Building your speed as a drummer, finger or foot speed, is one thing, and building your agility and flexibility around the kit is another thing. They're not the same thing, and I will demonstrate this shortly. And trust me, speed can be a choice, but developing flexibility should be a necessity. Now, speaking about the difference between speed and flexibility, speed in most cases is how fast you can move your drumsticks or play on a single surface. Here's an example. If I was to play single strokes on the snare, my speed is going to be this. That is my speed. But when we talk about flexibility, flexibility is more about how you can take that same thing and play it across two different layers or more, multiple layers of the drum, multiple surfaces of the drum. Let's take the same thing from speed and apply it as flexibility. So here we have something like this. The same we can do. See? You see that? So that's the difference between speed and flexibility. I had to establish that first of all. You might be able to move very fast on one surface, but your fingers might do the whole work when it comes to speed. But when it comes to flexibility, your elbows, your shoulder, every joint in your hand, your whole body flexibility comes to play. Now I'll be showing you guys exercises you can do that would help you boost your flexibility and agility around the kit. The first one I'm going to be doing is what I just played shortly. Singles, 8 notes, singles round the kit. I'm only going to lay more emphasis now on certain things. See, so one thing about flexibility is you might seem flexible when you're playing slowly, but you have to test your flexibility when you try to play faster. Something like this now, let's speed it up a little bit. So what have you noticed so far? There are certain parts of the body that is, or certain kind of movements that we're not used to. For instance, the movement between, you see from, so when you're doing this particular exercise, try to, take it gradually first of all, so you don't injure yourself or damage something. Now, the next exercise we're going to work on is my favorite. And what's the reason for this one being my favorite? Is because I think a lot of drummers know, and some also do not know, that there's a lot of difficulty that exists between the tom one and the snare drum. I'll explain that shortly. The exercise I'm going to give. There is this, so most times drummers just, dodge it one way or the other. Now, let's try to play a single stroke 8, same thing we've been playing, and spread it across the snare and the tom. So we can try to do this. We can try to do, it's still 8. Let's move this away. So, you see that? So it's gradually you build that. You can actually go faster than that. But then we can invert it. Do you get what I'm saying? We can invert it. We can now take the same thing we're playing on this tom and put it on the snare and flip it around. If you try these things with me, you see that there is truly a little bit of difficulty that exists between this part of the drum. There are some other places, just like the first one I showed you from here to here. So what exercises like this help you do is they help you reach out or bring your mind and your muscles attention to the kind of motions that you're not used to doing. You're not used to, we're always used to just the grooves and then going around and crashing. What about taking things around? We still have more exercises for things like this. And now still on the 8-note single stroke row, we can still try something like this. The reason why I give a lot of exercises is because I know that as drummers, or as anything you do in life, sometimes when you do one thing over and over, it can get quite boring. So I give multiple exercises so that you can actually have fun with them and at the same time achieve different results. So what are we doing here? Ooh, let's see. Let's see. So I'm trying to not play too loud. You get, and that's something you can also try to do. You can try to work on dynamics while doing this because some of these things are easier when you try to play them loud. When you try to play them softly, you begin to see that there are question marks here and there. Now, the next one we're going to work on is something I saw from Hayes and Mays, and I think I used to work on a pattern like this. One of the things that helped me build flexibility. So, and I saw something like that. He was also playing it, so I decided to add it to this video. Right, it's really going to help you. Now, what is it? It's basically this. So you can try with your right cymbal. And one thing you should also bear in mind when you're working on flexibility is accuracy. Do you understand? You're trying to be flexible, but at the same time, you're trying to make sure you're hitting the right parts of the drum you're trying to hit. So you're actually flexible and being useful because if you're flexible and you're just hitting the rims of the drums and the hoops, it's not actually useful because when it's time to actually play, we'll be hearing unpleasant things. So next exercise we can do for flexibility, like I told you guys earlier, I'm giving you these exercises because every exercise has a different goal it's trying to achieve. Do you understand? So this next one sounds like this. See? Well, we can try to spice it up more. If you can do doubles with your left hand, it's going to be sweet. So So I'm just trying to mess around with different things there, still for the aim of flexibility, to do what is not the conventional thing. You get where my hand wants to go, I take it the opposite direction. You understand? Now, the next thing I'm going to show you guys, which is something I always say when it comes to building flexibility, I always recommend crossovers. Crossovers are just absolutely incredible when it comes to improving your flexibility. So we're just going to go around the most basic form of crossovers around the kit. So we're playing triplets. So you see that as we moved from different parts of the drums to different surfaces, what we were experiencing with our hands was different. So take your time and try out these exercises. And yeah, I want to seize this opportunity to really appreciate every one of you guys that has been, supporting me, supporting this channel and following us from back in the days. Whether you have been an old subscriber or a new subscriber, I really appreciate the love and support you guys show on the videos. And yeah, we have a lot of amazing things coming for you guys. Just be on the lookout and I'll see you in the very next video. Peace.